For 15 years, I poured my heart and soul into hosting every single holiday for my ungrateful family. This year, I snapped. I canceled everything. The chaos that followed? Priceless. Let me tell you how it all went down. My family took holiday hosting for granted until I canceled and watched them implode. For 15 years, I was Martha Stewart meets Atlas for my family's holidays. Seriously, Thanksgiving? My house. Christmas? Ditto. Easter brunch, 4th of July, even Labor Day and Memorial Day were automatically assumed to be at my place. And it wasn't just the location, it was everything, the planning, the cooking, the cleaning. All of it fell squarely on my shoulders. It started innocently enough. My parents lived out of state, and my siblings were scattered across the city after college. I had the biggest house, and I actually, secretly, kind of enjoyed hosting back then. In my early 20s, playing hostess felt grown up. I loved creating a warm, festive atmosphere and seeing everyone gathered, laughing, and enjoying themselves. I took pride in my perfectly roasted turkeys, meticulously decorated Christmas trees, and effortlessly elegant Easter tablescape. Naivety is a powerful drug, isn't it? The first few years were manageable. Everyone offered to bring something, which usually translated to a lukewarm bottle of wine or a store-bought dessert someone picked up on the way over. Help with setup or cleanup? Rare as hen's teeth. But I didn't mind too much. I was young, energetic, and honestly still basking in the glow of being the good daughter, the one who held the family together. Then slowly, subtly, the dynamic shifted. The offers to bring something dwindled to nothing. The assumption that my house was Holiday HQ solidified into an unspoken rule as immutable as gravity. And the workload? It ballooned. My family, bless their hearts, and yes, sarcasm fully intended, are not naturally inclined to domestic duties. My older brother Mark considers microwaving popcorn a culinary triumph. My sister Sarah once set off the smoke alarm trying to boil water. My parents? They were always more of the supervisory type, full of opinions but short on actual elbow grease. So it was me, always me. I'd start prepping days in advance, grocery shopping with lists that stretched longer than CVS receipts, frantic trips to multiple stores because I'd inevitably forgotten some crucial ingredient, hours spent chopping, dicing, marinating, and baking. My kitchen would transform into a chaotic war zone, flour dusting every surface, pots and pans overflowing in the sink, the air thick with the mingled scents of a dozen different dishes, some promising, some less so. And while I was elbow deep in stuffing and cranberry sauce, where was everyone else? Usually lounging in the living room, watching football, catching up, generally making merry. Occasionally someone would wander into the kitchen, grab a snack, and offer a breezy "need any help?" It was never a serious offer, more of a conversational tick. If I actually said yes, "Could you chop these onions? Peel these potatoes? Set the table?" They'd vanish faster than free donuts at a police station. The day of the holiday itself was always a marathon, up at dawn to get the turkey in the oven, a flurry of last-minute cooking, setting up the buffet, arranging seating, trying to make the house look somewhat presentable despite the organized chaos that had taken over. And then finally, they'd arrive. The cavalry. Except this cavalry expected to be served, not to serve. My parents would settle into their designated armchairs immediately, launching into critiques of my decor or menu choices. "Are you sure you put enough salt in the mashed potatoes, honey?" Mark would commandeer the remote and claim the best spot on the sofa. Sarah would flit around offering air kisses and dramatic pronouncements about how stressed she was, usually about something utterly trivial. And me? I'd be buzzing around like a caffeinated hummingbird, refilling drinks, replenishing food platters, mediating minor sibling squabbles, all while trying to appear like I wasn't about to collapse from exhaustion. Dinner itself was always an event, but not in a good way. My dad would inevitably launch into a political rant that could make even hardened news anchors cringe. Sarah would spend half the meal on her phone, live streaming snippets of the gathering to her Instagram followers, punctuated by loud performative laughs. Mark would eat like he was auditioning for a competitive eating contest, piling his plate high and then complaining about being stuffed after dessert. And my mom, bless her heart again, would offer running commentary on everyone's eating habits, weight, and general life choices. Meanwhile, I'd be frantically clearing plates, bringing out the next course, trying to keep conversations from veering into nuclear territory, and silently praying for the sweet release of dishwashing oblivion. Because yes, the cleanup was also all me. After everyone had eaten their fill, watched their football games, and thoroughly exhausted my meager supply of holiday cheer, they'd leave. Often with barely a cursory offer to help with dishes. "Oh, you don't have to do those tonight, honey. Just relax," my mom would chirp on her way out the door. Relax? The word felt like a cruel joke. So there I'd be, standing in the wreckage of yet another holiday, surrounded by mountains of dirty dishes, overflowing trash bags, and the lingering scent of burnt gravy and family dysfunction. I'd spend hours scrubbing and sorting everything back into order, feeling less like Martha Stewart and more like Cinderella after the ball, except without Prince Charming, and definitely with more dishpan hands. Over time, quiet resentment simmered inside me, slowly reaching a rolling boil. It wasn't just about the workload, though that was significant. It was about the complete lack of appreciation, the casual entitlement, the assumption that I would do it all, that I should do it all, that it was somehow my duty to single-handedly create these elaborate holiday extravaganzas for their benefit. And when I timidly asked for help, blank stares, disbelief, mild amusement. "Help? Honey, what help do you need? You're so good at this," my mom would say, as if hosting holidays were some magical talent I'd been born with, like spontaneously growing a third arm or speaking fluent dolphin. You can click on share and more to see if there is a part 2.